guys, what's up? It's Joe Ready from Ready's Rise. We are back here at Clearwater Toyota, and guess what? I have a special review of this vehicle right here. Why is it so special? Let me introduce you. This is a 2025 Toyota 4Runner. As you know, it's already redesigned. This is a limited trim, but the big shocker, this particular one is a 3-row 4Runner. Yes, a 3-row. They add an extra row in this vehicle. But before we get into this iconic Japanese SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. So we are on the 6th generation of the mighty 4Runner. It all started back in 1984, if you could believe that. And when you fast forward to model year 2025, not only are you getting a new look, new technology, but also new power plants. Now, every single 4Runner review that I've done of the 2025 redesign has been of the standard 2-row. This limited trim not only gets some special goodies because it is the limited trim, but it also is a 3-row. I'm very curious to get back there because I feel like it's gonna hurt. But what I wanna find out, besides how much pain I'm gonna be in sitting in that 3rd row, is I wanna find out if you are looking for a midsize and you love the 4Runner, but you need that extra 3rd row, should you get it? Is it worth it? Let's go ahead, let's dive into this limited trim and find out. Right off the bat, Steven's favorite color to film, not only is it white, but it's called Wind Chill Pearl. Really, really eye-popping, pretty color. At the front of the business, you'll notice the redesign, headlights, all LED inside, including your daytime running lamp. Love the way they paint the flared fenders and also give you a functional air curtain. Everything else is body color, and then you have that massive air dam down below, but that is removable if you want to take it off. Now, as we come across the front grille, when you go limited trim, this is the grille design. It's almost like a polished aluminum, it looks like. Obviously, it's plastic, but it looks like a polished aluminum. You got your Toyota badge. Working our way down, body color, flat black, forward-facing camera, which is nice. A little bit of gloss black in the center, and then you got those really bright LED fog lights, which is nice to see because you're starting to see them less and less on vehicles. And then on the limited trim, they paint the lower lip in this metallic silver. And then, like I said, that massive air dam is removable. But this is the new face of the 6th gen, and when you go limited, the grille really stands out from the rest of the trims. Now, as we rise up, hood the same as the others, nice strong indentations. And then as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire setup. So when you go limited, these are the wheels specific to it. Machine aluminum V-spoke, metallic gray finish all the way around. If you're wondering what's the size of this wheel, this is a 20-inch wheel. Tires are gonna be 265 on the width, 55 series sidewall, and then I'm gonna have Steven swing on in because limited trim gives you the adaptive suspension. So you have that electronic adaptive suspension to really help with the overall ride quality and handling characteristics. And then, like I pointed out, everything painted that beautiful wind chill pearl. But let me know what you think about the wheels on this limited. Coming down the side, you're gonna get color matched on your mirror caps, 360-degree cameras. Your limited badge is down below in that indentation area. Fixed running boards, gives it a nice rugged look without going too over the top. And then you have those silver painted raised roof rails. There's a Toyota accessory catalog filled with things that you could attach onto the roof of this thing. Working towards the rear, love the way they styled the quarter glass. And then when we spin around back, very clean 4Runner look. You got that long roof spoiler, wiper is tucked underneath, glass does go up and down, just like always. All LED lighting. The 4Runner name, nicely spelled out there. And then as we get down to ground level, you have your spare, and you have, of course, your tow recovery hook. As you can see, you do have automatic hands-free opening capability with the tailgate. and I can lower it back down. Look at that. Wasn't supposed to happen like that, but I'm glad it did. It's almost like the day I met Steven. But why don't we go ahead, let's go pop the hood and talk about what's powering this 4Runner. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. There is a prop rod. I'm not gonna zonk it because what's kind of cool is you could put it in 2 different openings. I don't know why the openings are so close together, but you can put it in 2 different openings. Underneath that is the plate of spaghetti mess of all the tubes, hoses, and wires. That's a modern day engine, guys. That's what they look like. What do we have though? It's a 2.4 liter turbocharged inline 4, mated to an 8-speed automatic transmission, 278 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque. Remember, this is rear-wheel drive setup. When you go 2-wheel drive, 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds. Top speed is governed to 115 miles an hour. MPGs 20 in the city, 24 on the highway. The vehicle weighs 5,111 pounds, and you could tow up to 6,000 pounds with the 4Runner. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire it up and see this limited roll. All right, guys, we're inside this 2025 Toyota 4Runner. This being the limited trim, it is 2-wheel drive. Remember, when it comes to 4Runner, you can get a 2-wheel drive or you could get a 4-wheel drive, of course, depending on the trim. There is no 2-wheel drive TRD Pro. Now, this particular one with the 3rd row, limited trim, you're probably saying to yourself, well, Joe, it's got to be expensive. I guess it depends on what's your idea of expensive. MSRP for this one is right at $60,000. So yeah, it's kind of expensive. But let's see what you get when you go limited to the door panels. I love the two-tone. The nice soft touch dark material with the contrast stitching. You got the Milky Way candy bar tan brown color. Soft touch for the armrest. A little bit of gloss black, no big deal. You got your Nathan's hot dog holder in the center. 2 Nathan's hot dogs. 3 bottle holders, and then we got the JBL sound system. Now going from the door panel to the dash, this is going to be your Toyota Twinkie tray. I like the way they did this textured material. Much nicer than just gloss black. Soft touch with the stitching. You got your oh crap handle for your passenger, and then we got the 14-inch infotainment system. All the goodies like we've already shown you on every other 4Runner or Toyota product for that matter. Throw it into reverse. Backup cameras in general are clear as day on this thing. 360 every which way. You could even do the sit and spin, which is really nice. Boom. Up top, you got that removable speaker, Bluetooth speaker. Keep it in there to charge it up. Down below, we got our dual climate control. 3 stages of ventilated seats, 3 stages of heated seats, toggle switches for the AC controls, wireless charging, 2 USB-Cs. This is going to control your 8-speed automatic. You got your different drive modes, 2 cup holders, soft touch. Open it up, enough room for a sack of peanuts in there. And then you got your Milky Way brown interior. Full electric assist for the passenger, full electric assist for the driver, and a standard size sunroof. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have 2 memory seat settings. I do like the way you have the easy access power seat controls, and you have power seat controls for both the passenger and the driver. I'm 6 feet tall, plenty of room in here. Steering wheel, the leather is great, flat black on all the switch gear. You do have a power tilting and telescoping wheel, and then you got that beautiful 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. You can scroll through your different modes, and you notice the Limited has a ton of different modes, which is pretty phenomenal on this trim. And you have that adaptive suspension all 4 corners. Surprisingly, no head-up display on a limited trim. But let's get into the mid-row. Yes, you heard correctly, mid-row, because we have 3 rows in this 4Runner, and see how much room your passengers have. All right, guys, backseat time. I do like the way everybody gets their JBL speakers, and I love the way they place this cup holder, this bottle holder. Very good place for a bottle of Yoo-Hoo. Large pockets, You could easily put, I would say, 2 New York slices of pizza, thin crust. Back of the command center, we got AC vents, 2 USB-Cs, and a home power source. Now the mid-row, or what would normally be the back seat in a standard 4Runner, does not slide, but it does recline, and it reclines quite a bit. And then of course, you got that nicely padded armrest with 2 cup holders. And they did a good job on the seats. Let's go ahead, let's get in that 3rd row. I'm gonna say a prayer for me. I'm gonna get back there and see how painful it is in this 4Runner. All right guys, 3rd row time, and this is one of those ones where it's like emergency only. Maybe you find out that back in college, you had a little bit of an accident and there's a couple extra kids that you didn't know about. You could put them back here, but I mean, for a grown adult, this sucks. It really, really is terrible. You'll notice that this is what the seat looks like when it's in the standard position. To get it ready for somebody to plop their butt on it, you have to pull it up like this, and then the headrest goes like that. And that's about it. I wonder if I could get a little recline. Let's see. Please? No, no recline. This is it. I'm hunched over. My knees are by my ears. And it's all hard plastic back here, obviously. But I guess in a pinch, you got seatbelts for everybody. And you could get 2 more people back here. But let's get in that cargo area and see if the 4Runner Limited is the right one for you. All right, guys, cargo area time. Hit the button. I left the 3rd row up because I want you to see what you are getting. So with the 3rd row up, this is how much room you have. Basically, you could put about 4 loaves of bread here. That's about it. Underneath, you do have some storage for some candy bars, maybe some 3 Musketeers, some Butterfingers. And then to put this 3rd row down, it's very simple. You just lift up on the latch and it drops down nice and flat. Of course, the rear seat does a 60-40 split. I just wish that they had handles back here so that I could put down that mid-row. That would be nice. But you do have a home power source, which is awesome. The JBL sound system. You got your little nooks and holders for all sorts of things. You got your Toyota first aid kit. In case you cut your hand off, you can sew it back on. But other than that, that's what you're getting when you go 3-row. And to pick it back up, it's all manual. No electric assist, real easy. Just pull it up just like that. I'll spin around the other side. Just to prove a point. There you go. Ready to rock and roll with my loaves of bread. Here's a fun fact. Believe it or not, back in 1979, Wonder Bread had collector's editions of Star Wars cards. If you have a Luke Skywalker from the collection in perfect condition, it's worth about $7,000. And that's from a 39-cent loaf of bread. But why don't we go ahead, enough talking about Pawn Stars and making some money, let's go ahead, let's go make some on throttle in this 4Runner. All right, guys, we are leaving Clearwater Toyota. We're behind the wheel of this 2025 4Runner Limited with the 3rd row. And I know there's a lot of people still hating about the decision to go with the smaller displacement engine and everything, but I really feel once you get behind the wheel of one of these, it kind of blows your mind just how well they did the interior and how well it drives, especially the limited trim with the adaptive suspension. You could really feel the difference, especially when you go through the different modes. And this vehicle has quite a bit different modes. I mean, there's even a Sport Plus, which I'm currently in, which is great. I'm gonna go ahead and shut off that pesky auto start-stop feature, and we're gonna go on throttle. You ready? On throttle, here we go. So, obviously not gonna blow any doors off, but definitely faster than the V6 Limited from the previous generation, the 5th gen. And of course, if you want more power, you can go with an iForce Max. But I've said it once and I'll say it again, the 8-speed automatic is paired perfectly with the 2.4 liter turbocharged engine. Just the gearing is really, really well done, and it really drives well, the two together. Getting to that massive 14-inch infotainment system is well within reach. You got your standard size sunroof. I just think the Limited should have a head-up display as well. But they ride and drive so well, so very well, especially when you're going into a turn. You're not getting a bunch of body roll, which is nice. We're gonna go on throttle. You ready? On throttle, here we go. So very, very smooth shifts from the 8-speed. And of course, depending on what mode you're in, is gonna change things like throttle sensitivity, steering sensitivity, and how the 8-speed behaves with the 2.4 liter turbocharged engine. But going down the highway, it's very, very comfortable, very smooth. And you got plenty of power to make a pass or to pull out in traffic or whatever it is that you need to do. Really, really nice. Seats are so freaking comfortable. It's ridiculous. Easy to read. The 12.3-inch digital gauge cluster. And of course, you can scroll through different information within that screen very easily. I could put auxiliary gauges if I want to. But nice to have the heated seats, the ventilated seats. And if you need use of a third row, it's nice to have it in here for those emergencies, I guess. Plus the fact that you could get these 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive is nice as well. Doesn't pigeonhole you. But the suspension is where you're going to notice the biggest difference, especially compared to the other 4Runners. It's dampened extremely well, no matter what mode you're in, and just adds that little extra touch. But I'm hoping that this has been a good, quick overall review of this 4Runner Limited with the third row. We're gonna get back to where it all started, Clearwater Toyota, and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. Hey guys, another great day here at Clearwater Toyota. Definitely got to thank Chris and the rest of the crew getting us access to this very hard to find Limited trim. We've shown you a lot of the other trims. Nice to bring a Limited, especially in this particular color with the 3 rows. Now let me know what you think. For the money, is this the one to buy and add that third row in? Let me know your thoughts in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Race Reds family. Gotta get up to Stephen Flood. He's churning and burning. He's making the butter and he's doing the ice cream. So thank you, Stephen, for all your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.